really proud of our girls, the way they stuck with it. There were a couple times in this game where we could have hung our head, but they stuck with it and got a much-needed win for us here at home.
You know, they built an 11-point lead in the second half, and we talked a lot about consistency in scoring. We didn't have that through 3 periods, but we got it in the fourth.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? Seemed like in that fourth period, some things were opened up for us. They played that 1-2-2 zone the whole time, did a great job in it. But just felt like if our post could be tough enough to make that high-low pass, that we could have some shots at the basket. And so first half with Casey Johnson being in foul trouble really hurt us. But I knew that we were going to need her in the second half, and boy, did she step up.
25 tonight, probably could have had 40.
Right.
But you went to that a lot, and Brevard wasn't going to adjust because they weren't going to get into foul trouble. And Johnson was at her best. And Jasmine Queen, I have to give a lot of credit. You put 2 posts. She had to make a good pass, and she made a lot of good passes.
Absolutely. And, Jasmine Queen, we talk about it all the time. You never know when your moment's going to come. Jasmine Queen and Coach Terrell and Coach Whitener have been getting them shots all week for the past week. And, she stepped in today and made a huge one for us. But the fact that she was being tough enough with the basketball to make that high-low pass was huge for us today. She was very patient, and she did a great job. She was more of a facilitator tonight for us, and very proud of her.
But you needed that leadership. She ties the game, and regulation, she gives you the go-ahead bucket. You probably led for 2.7% of the regulation, and a lot of it came in the final 2 seconds. But we can't say enough about what Casey Johnson, her absence, it obviously affected us. But in comes Jasmine Williams and really made life tough for Lennox with 3 big blocks in that first half.
Absolutely. Jasmine has been, as a freshman sometimes, takes you a little bit an adjustment period to get used to the college game. But, she started for us tonight, and she earned it. She's been working her butt off. I thought she did a great job with the scout. She knew that she was going to be on the island a lot tonight, and she slid her feet and came up with some huge blocks. And make no mistake about it, that's why she's here. She's very athletic. She's very long, and she can be a post player for us that can switch out and guard guards when she sits down and slides. So very proud of Jazz tonight. You even saw with that last rebound to close out the game tonight. I mean, she has a knack for the basketball, and very proud of her tonight because she's really been working, and it's starting to pay off for her.
Another thing is paying off. We talked about this at Catawba. You need your guards to rebound. Look down there, and you see Benny with 9, and you see Callie with 8. That's pretty good rebounding tonight.
Yeah, Callie with 8, Malin Head with 7. Just an all-around effort. Sydney Wilson with 6, and we needed every last single one of them. We give our guards numbers, and their numbers is 4 rebounds a game, and they hadn't been hitting that number. But they stepped right up tonight and got those rebounds. Sydney Wilson down the stretch was huge. Malin did a lot of that rebounding for us early. And we needed everyone tonight because we knew that, they were going to have to play a lot with us switching and everything. So very proud of our guards. They had to grind this one out today.
And then what do you say? You just watched, Lennox hit her first 3 of the game. There's 1.3 on the clock. You get the timeout. It looked as if they didn't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
Patterson comes down here, and that's got to be the play, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was talking to Coach Terrell just a second ago. I saw that play about 3 or 4 years ago. Texas was playing UConn at UConn. Jonathan Holmes hit that same shot from the corner. And I had just moved into my apartment in Greenville, didn't even have any furniture there. And I wrote that play down on a napkin. And about 4 or 5 days ago, I was thinking to myself, like, we haven't been in that situation late game yet. And sure enough, next game, here it is. And, Coach Terrell told her, she told Callie, you're getting ready to make this shot. And, Callie came off hard, made a hard cut to the corner, stepped up and knocked it down. I mean, we talk about you never know when your time is going to come. That's why you got to keep working. That's why you got to stay the course. And tonight was a great example of that. Jazz Queen, Callie Patterson, those girls, they deserve it, So for her to make that shot is big for her, but I think it's big for our team because it shows you never know when your time's going to come. So you got to stay at it.
A lot of things happening in the league tonight. Queens falling, so you're still right there in that spot. You're going to have a tough road trip against Wingate. That'll be coming up. A tough game at home against Anderson LR. It's a tough stretch for you, but before we start doing a lot of that, this win can propel this team. Wins will come, if you consistently play. It looked like tonight, good game plan. You wanted to get up a lot of shots.
Yep.
You got those up tonight. I mean, you outshot this team by, I think, a plus 20 at one point in the game. You had more than 20 shots than they had even attempted in the game. What can this type of a win do for this team going forward against some of the competition we got coming up?
Yeah, and, you must have been in the locker room a few seconds ago because I told the girls, I said, you know what, for a while now I've been telling them they're this close and that this much is going to be the toughest to overcome. There's a lot of people in life that are this far away from success and they don't get there. We have another step to take, and I told them, I don't know if they believe me right now, but I'm going to keep telling them until they do. You've got a chance to do something special still, and we've got to make sure that we lock in and have a good one tomorrow and have a good one on Friday. Leading up to this game, I thought we had some pretty good practices, but for us, man, we just got to stay the course. We got to continue to grind. We got to continue to get up shots. Sometimes we make basketball complicated, and it's not.
Right.
We just got to stay the course and keep working and keep grinding, and we'll be fine. We're still a young team. But I got to get them to understand that this process is very simple. We just got to stay at it.
That's a great win tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
He's Pioneer coach Devin Carter. Pioneers knock off Brevard 2 overtimes, 81-71. Game 2 of our doubleheader is on the way. Stay tuned for more Pioneer basketball here from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network. For this one to give us a little detail about what Brevard will bring against Tusculum.
Lead the guard based upon how they play, their style of play with the Princeton system. Lots of back cuts, lots of hand cuts for shots and drives. And then, at the break, they lost Evan Dunham, who was a stud player. He had 25 against us when we were at their place, and he could really knock it down, long lefty. They lost him, and Shelby Paris stepped in real quick. And he's taken off. Like when we first played them, he was shooting 22% and 10% from the arc. Well, now he's at 44 and 37.
Yeah.
So, he stepped in, and really they've got 5 guys that can really play, that can really get it done, but they're just shorthanded from the bench, which with their situation and in their program, that can be expected. But they battle really hard. They're very competitive. They were up 24-8 over LR to start the game, and then they barely ended up losing by 3 their last time out. So.
Pioneer Associate Head Coach Jay Welburn talking about Brevard, their last outing, who they have coming back, and what they present this type of a situation against the Pioneers. Last time these two teams played, Tusculum won 86-83. It was Corey Fagan that hit a go-ahead three-pointer with 47 seconds left and then held off a furious Brevard rally, including a game-tying three-pointer that went after the buzzer. It was good, but it was made after the buzzer. Pioneers, who opened at 4-1 on the year, continued their early season trend in rallying from second half deficits. They rallied down 9 with 12 minutes to play in the game. And they did that with these young kids on this team. These young kids aren't young kids anymore. Trey Blevins, Keaton Dodson, Caleb Hodnett, Brandon Danso, and others have really stepped to the forefront. Let's take a look at the starting 5 for the Brevard Tornadoes. They enter at 2-16 on the year. They have lost 6 straight. They have winless in the league. They'll start Shelby Paris, the 6'2 junior from Burlington, New Jersey. DJ Bostic, a 6'3 senior out of Marietta, Georgia. Stevie Williams, the 4th leading scorer in the league at 18.3 points a game, a 6'1 junior from High Point, North Carolina. Harry Singh, a 6'5 senior from Hanover Park, Illinois. And Omar El Darawi, the 6'7 senior out of Beirut, Lebanon. They're coached by Lee Burgess, who's in his 4th season, 27 wins at Brevard all time, coming off a 75-70 loss to Lenoir-Rhyne. For the Tusculum Pioneers, they too in a bad way. They are 7-11 on the year, 4-8 in the league, and they've lost 4 straight. It'll be Kendall Patterson, the 5'11 senior guard from Burlington, North Carolina. Corey Fagan, the 6'5 senior out of Oak Ridge. Chase Mounts, the 6'10 senior from Elkin, North Carolina. Ronnie Baylark, the 6'2 junior out of Crestview, Florida. And then there's Zach Davis, who did not play but 20 seconds in the last game, ended up at the ER for 3 hours just to get 6 stitches in a CT scan. We finally made it home from Bluefield, West Virginia at about 3:30 in the morning. And it was a fun time Monday, especially after a loss where you gave up a 14-point lead. Can this Pioneer basketball team persevere and get a big win here at home against Brevard? Last time Brevard was here, 2 times ago, Brevard won against Tusculum in Greenville, 81-79. That was 2015. As a matter of fact, until last year's 96-81 blowout win for the Pioneers, Brevard had won in the last 2 trips here to Greenville. Patterson averaging 15.9. You had Stevie Williams averaging 18.3 for the Tornadoes, as he is 4th in the league in scoring this season. Our officials for the game include Blake Harris, Dennis Boyd, and Alan Sutton. The opening tip won by Chase Mounts. We are underway. The Pioneers using associate head coach Jay Welburn, assistant coach KT Carter, and everybody's favorite student assistant coach Brennan Hollowell. Pioneers with it into the front court. This will be Ronnie Baylark. He'll try a 3. It's no good, and Zach Davis corrals the rebound. The Pioneers have a second chance opportunity. Every number for the Brevard Tornadoes in the conference this year has them in the bottom 2, which means there's 12 teams. They're either ranked 10th, 11th, or 12th in every statistical category. Corey Fagan extends his school record threes as Corey Fagan knocks down the 3 for the 35th straight game. 3-0 Tusculum. Yes, it's very early. Left side front court, Bostic onto the right side. Back to the top, El Darawi. El Darawi to Shelby Paris. Paris down the lane around Davis. His jumper's no good, and Zach Davis secures the rebound. Davis has a eye heavily taped. Fagan, no. Missing on the 3, and the rebound by El Darawi. Fagan this time on the baseline, it wouldn't go. DJ Bostic brings it into the front court for the Tornadoes to Stevie Williams. Williams to Bostic, back to Williams. Puts it on the floor, gives it up to El Darawi. El Darawi is picked up by Zach Davis. Paris on a switch. It's a matchup defense for the Pioneers. This is going to be Bostic for 3. It's no good, and rebounded by Corey Fagan. Patterson will take it into the front court for Tusculum. And Patterson missing a 3. El Darawi trying to defend Chase Mounts in the paint. El Darawi is going to be whistled for a foul. That'll be his first, team's first. Non-shooting foul, inbound situation coming up for Patterson. Get it to Fagan. Fagan bouncing it onto the baseline to Patterson for 3. That one's no good, and the rebound, it comes off to Shelby Paris. Into the front court will be Brevard. They trail 3-0. Paris with it, and for the injured Evan Dunham. Baseline with the basketball is going to be Harry Singh. He'll put it up and good. Just too quick for Mounts to stay in front of. And it's 3-2. Patterson will take it across the stripe for the Pioneers. Hand it off to Ronnie Baylark at the top, and to Fagan, who can't handle the pass, and he turns it over. It's a good look by Baylark. Baylark said, I didn't get a good pass in there. Paris goes to Bostic. He'll try a 3-ball from the right wing. It's no good. Zach Davis comes up with the rebound for the Pioneers. Davis lobbing it to Chase Mounts, and Mounts is going to be whistled for a shove. Not a good pass. Mounts will pick up his first, team foul number 1. 17:36 to play here in this first half. In the 6 years for Coach Mike Jones, first game that he has missed due to illness. He's not missing, he's here. Stevie Williams to Omar Elderawi on the right wing. Baseline 3 by Paris is good. Shelby Paris on the baseline. Boy, this young man has brought the game. 20% shooting from threes, now up to 32%. And since he's been inserted into that starting lineup some 10 games ago, lights out. Brevard leads 5-3. Got to have consistent scoring. And when you have Shelby Paris defending Chase Mounts, you have to throw the ball to him. And Zach Davis is going to lose possession, get tied up, and the arrow to Brevard. Five to 3, Tusculum down 2 to Brevard. Elderawi, right side to DJ Bostic. Elderawi, left wing to the top, Elderawi. I don't know who this guy is. That's directly in front of me. Oh, it's Stevie Williams. Baseline Singh looks into the paint, knocked away. Fagan has it. He has Patterson up ahead, and Kendall will put it up off the glass, tie the game at 5. 5-5, 16 and a half to play, first half. Right side, Harry Singh. On the baseline, Stevie Williams. Pay particular attention to him. Elderawi will try a baseline 3, and that one's good. Omar Elderawi from downtown. Elderawi shooting 27% from 3. 8-5, Brevard. Right side, bounce pass baseline. This is going to be Mounts in the right block, puts it up and in. He can be as dominant as he wants to be. Can he move? 8-7, Brevard. Across the stripe front court is Shelby Paris. Paris at the top. Backs it out onto the right wing. Paris, or I should say Stevie Williams, driving and scoring. Put it up and in. Again, no one stopped ball. Davis, right side. Here's Corey Fagan on the baseline. He was wide open, and he decided not to take the shot. He'll pass on it to Baylark. Here's Zach Davis, who's never afraid to take a shot. Missing here, fading away from about 10 feet, and the rebound comes down to Brevard. 10-7. Brevard by 3 with the ball. Paris hands it off to Bostic. Here's Williams. Williams on the right wing, driving on Baylark, who stays in front of him, does a good job, but Williams hits a tough fadeaway. Zach Davis, tough fadeaway, no good. The tough fadeaway by Williams was good. 12-7, Brevard by 5. Patterson inside, outside to Fagan. And he'll lose the possession. Zach Davis gets it back, and Patterson tries the 3. It's good. Kendall Patterson knocks down the 3. The Pioneers trail 12-10. 14:40 to play in this back-and-forth first half. We just haven't had a stoppage. Patterson steps in front of the pass. He'll come away with it. He'll drive, and he'll put it in, and one. And why Singh even chased after Patterson to try to come up with the block is beyond me. But we'll go to a break and come back and shoot a free throw when we return. 14:34 to play here in this first half. It's Tusculum 12, Brevard 12. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. 13-12 is our score with 14 and a half to play as we come back just a slight bit late from the timeout. Bobby Milburn, always good to keep us well on time at the clock down there and make sure that we're good on the timeouts. Patterson hitting the free throw for the Pioneers. Kendall with 7 early points. Disturbing trend, though. Brevard is shooting 63% for the first half. Got to get some stops. Trey Blevins is on the floor with Connor Mitchell out of the timeout for the Pioneers. Singh, Paris, ball fake, drives in. Maybe got away with the walk, or was there a whistle? 1 second on the shot clock. And a whistle for a foul that will go against Zach Davis, apparently. I didn't see it. My view was obstructed. Davis with his first personal foul, team foul number 2. And it will be Shelby Paris who will go to the free throw line. And he'll tie the game back up at 13 after the Pioneers had gone on a 6-0 spurt. And he'll give Brevard the lead at 14-13. 14 minutes to play here in this first half. Right side into the hands of Zach Davis. Skip it onto the left wing and into the hands of Trey Blevins. Fagan on the baseline. This is going to be Baylor. Connor Mitchell. Mitchell, left-handed hook shot is no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Harry Singh of Brevard. DJ Bostic into the front court. Brevard leading by 1. Williams on the right side. Paris bouncing it to Singh. Singh working against Fagan, spinning, quick turn. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Baylor. Tusculum basketball into the front court. Right side, Davis. Blevins in the corner on the baseline. Will dribble it to the right wing. And Blevins puts the ball down on the floor from the baseline. We'll throw it back out to Fagan. Now Zach Davis. Davis driving in the lane. Double clutch. Put it up. Banks it in. Zach Davis, nice drive. He gets 2 guys running to the bucket, and then Davis kind of follows them in, and he'll finish, and the Pioneers reclaim the lead at 15-14. Omar Eldarawi, right wing 3 for Paris is no good, but Bostic comes up with the rebound. On to the left wing, Brevard. Eldarawi, little wraparound pass is too strong, and it's loose, and it's picked up by Trey Blevins of the Pioneers. Blevins will take it into the front court. Backdoor no-look bounce pass is knocked away and stolen by Brevard. They were ready for that one. And Stevie Williams will take it into the front court. He'll drive right on Blevins. He's rejected by Mitchell, but a loose ball, and the ball goes out of play off of Blevins, and Brevard will throw it in. They'll have possession. Zach Harder will check in for Zach Davis. Jamarcus Johnson has also checked into the game. Jacob Bergen is in, a 6'5 freshman out of Winston-Salem for Brevard. Stevie Williams to inbound it for Brevard. On the left wing, here's Bostic. Bostic back out to the top. Johnson. Bostic gets a Bergen screen for a 2 is good. 16-15. Brevard by a point. Blevins will take it across the stripe for the Pioneers. 12 minutes to play in the first half. Mitchell back into the hands of Blevins. Finally getting into the half-court set with about 10 seconds to shoot. Will lob it down low to Mitchell. Tough grab. Gives it to Hartle, who puts it up and in. Zach Hartle gives the lead right back to the Pioneers. 17-16. Can we get a stop? Brevard shooting 50%. Bostic on the left side. Gives it up to Williams. Back to Bostic. Bergen, watched by Blevins. Doesn't want it, so he'll give it up. Paris in the lane. And a traveling violation on Paris will take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll go to the break and return to Pioneer Arena right after this. 11:27 to play in the first half. It's Tusculum 17, Brevard 16. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneers Sports Network. Gets about a 3-minute break from that under 16 timeout, which occurred at 14:34. Across the stripe with it is going to be Patterson. Fagan. In the corner is Hartle. Inside to Mitchell. He can't handle the pass, but his persistence stays with it, and he scores it. Connor Mitchell lost it, got it back. He kind of corralled it and scored it. 19-16, Tusculum by 3. Left side front court, I believe this is Bostic. Back out to the top. This will be Jamarcus Johnson, a 3. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to Corey Fagan. I don't like being in a position where I can't see. Blevins on the right wing. Down the lane, off the glass. Left-hand runner is good. Trey Blevins. 21-16. Tusculum has taken their largest lead. Left side front court, Shelby Paris. Patterson with the near steal. It's still loose. Williams comes away with it somehow. Well, that's good persistence by Williams. Patterson staying with him. And they're going to get Patterson with the foul. That's going to be number 1 on him. Team foul number 3. Nickel dimer. It's one of those, you put the hand on the hip. For crying out loud, let's play basketball. If they get hammered in the lane, call it, sure. Williams gets the ball back. I'm not sure he'd establish. This will be a 3. Jamarcus Johnson is good. Jamarcus Johnson knocks down the 3. Shoots 36% for the season from downtown. Ends the run by the Pioneers, which had gone 6-0 again. 21-19. Oh, this is the same call. That's the same call for Patterson. They didn't call it on a little hand check as he misses the runner, but it'll be rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell gets the rebound again and scores it. Connor Mitchell. 23-19. Tusculum. 9:50 to play here in this first half. Pioneers by 4. Williams will go left side, back to the top, Bergen. Bergen, backdoor cutter, looking for Paris, comes away with it, backs it out. This is going to be Williams, who will drive it into the paint. Working around Mitchell, finding the open man. The pass is deflected. Bostic will have it with under 10 to shoot. Bostic goes to Paris, working against Blevins, stays in front of him, but Paris still hits the shot. And then Paris tells Trey Blevins, you can't get me. I didn't know this was tag. I thought it was basketball. It's not tag. Right side, this will be Fagan. 23-21, Tusculum. It's so funny to watch these guys play the game. Hartle for 3. Yes. Zach Hartle from downtown. No words on his journey back to play defense. 26-25, Tusculum. 8:50 to play here in this first half. Here's a 3 ball on the way by Bostic, and that's good. DJ Bostic drains the 3. Patterson will take it across the stripe. Brevard shoots 56%. Tusculum at 61%. Fagan to Hartle. In the paint to Mitchell. He's fouled. Jamarcus Johnson will commit the foul. And for him, it will be number 1. Team foul number 2 on Brevard. Send Connor Mitchell to the free throw line for the Pioneers. Took a medical redshirt last year. The young sophomore, third-year sophomore out of Kingsport's Dobbins-Bennett High School. Free throw, no good. 33% this year. A track star at Dobbins-Bennett as well. He was all-region in the high jump with the best of 6 feet 4 inches. Pretty good. Missed them both. 4 points off the bench for Connor Mitchell. He's 2 of 3 from the field. 26-24 Tusculum. On the floor is Levi Lamb, a young freshman out of Atlanta, has checked in for Brevard. Bergen, he did not play in the first meeting against Tusculum. Matter of fact, only 7 players played against Tusculum in that first meeting. Bergen with a little tough layup opportunity. That's no good. Rebounded by the Pioneers. Into the front court is Patterson. Patterson on the right wing. Having a phenomenal year. He's one of those player of the year type candidates. Takes a 3 here, and this one's off the mark. Zach Hartle battling for the rebound. It's knocked away, and Jamarcus Johnson just shoves Trey Blevins out of the way to keep possession. Stevie Williams with it in the front court on the top. Now on the left side. To the top is Williams. Right side, Johnson gets away from Mitchell. Jumper is no good. Hartle secures the rebound. Tusculum leading 26-24 with 7.5 to play in the first half. Skip it, right side, Zach Hartle. He'll step up from 18 feet. Off the dribble, no good. Rebound foul against Connor Mitchell will take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and return to Pioneer Arena with your score. 7:27 to play first half. Tusculum 26, Brevard 24. Pioneer basketball continues after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Our radiologists are doctors who are
Brevard with the ball, but trail in the basketball game, and a whistle right out of this timeout. Zach Hartle is going to be whistled for a foul. It's going to be number 1 on him, team's 5th. Both teams over 50% shooting. Brevard is 9 of 18. The Pioneers are 11 for 20. Williams on the inbound for Brevard. Gets it back. Chase Mounts back on the floor as well. He'll chase Williams out to the top. Caleb Hodnett out there with Baylark, Zach Hartle, and Kendall Patterson. Here's Lamb on the left side to Johnson. Back to Lamb at the top. It's a Brevard team that's going to, I believe, excel at Division III. They have all the makings. This Lamb kid coming off the bench, Jackson coming off, this Jamoris Johnson kid coming off the bench. And then you've got that guy, Stevie Williams, who knocks down the three-pointer. Williams, just a junior, knocks down the three right there. And Williams, who's shooting 42% from downtown, gives Brevard the lead again. Had a few words, going to play defense on the other end of the floor for the Tornadoes. Patterson will bring it across the stripe for the Pioneers. To the top will be Chase Mounts in the corner. This is going to be Hodnett. Hartle. Right side to Patterson. Patterson, Hodnett, put it on the floor. A lot of contact, no call. Hodnett gets it back, puts it up, no call. Rebound by Mounts. He goes up, no call. And a rebound comes down to Brevard. Williams takes it into the front court. He'll drive right to the rim, and there's a foul there. Everything that happened down on this end of the floor, and this guy goes to the bucket, and Zach Hartle gets called for a foul on this end. Everything that happened down at the other end of the floor, and then you get this coming down here, and it looked almost like it was just a phantom foul. Hartle whistled for his second, team foul number 6. And at the free throw line, shooting 2 of them, is a good free throw shooter in Stevie Williams. I will never understand it. I don't get it. Do we not drive the same way? Do we play defense differently than anybody else? Williams makes them both. I don't get it. 29-26, 6:11 to play. Look, we get to the line a lot. Most in the league. Make the most free throws in the league. Patterson goes right down the lane and drives. No reason for a foul there because there was nobody around. Patterson too quick. 29-28. Into the front court with the basketball's Johnson. Here's Levi Lamb. El Dorawi. Back into the hands of Harry Singh. Singh. Baseline to Lamb. Shelby Paris, he'll try 3. This one's good. Paris knocks down another jumper, and this young man has really come in and played well. 32-28, Brevard by 4. They've led by as many as 5. Patterson, Hodnett, bang. Caleb Hodnett on a baseline three-pointer. Patterson was whistled for a hand in the back in an earlier possession. He had a hand on his back that entire possession. Elderawi a 3. Yes. Omar Elderawi for Brevard makes it 35-31 Tornadoes. Brevard is 12 of 21 from the field, 57%. They've hit 7 3-pointers. Hodnett out of control down the lane. He lost possession. Brevard is a team that makes 7 3-pointers a game. They've hit 7 already in this game. And Paris will have no words as he goes back to play defense after turning it over here. Hodnett will check out. Zach Davis will be in. Brevard doing things they just don't. I mean, they're 12th in points allowed, or points scored per game, 12th in field goal percentage, 10th in three-pointers made, 10th in free throw percentage, 12th in rebounds, rebound margin 11th, assists 10th, turnovers per game 11th. Just, a lot of the numbers, but here they are, they're shooting lights out. 57% for the game. They've hit 7 of 11 from 3 and 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Elderawi is going to be whistled for a foul. It's going to be his second. And Bergen will come back into the basketball game for Brevard. LMU leads Carson Newman. Carson Newman beat LMU at Mossy Creek earlier this season. Patterson gets a loose ball. LMU is leading 33-6 against Carson Newman in Harrigan. Patterson comes up with the loose ball and makes it a 2-point game, 35-33. As Chase Mounts had the ball knocked from his possession in the paint. Harry Singh on the baseline. Back out to Bergen. Paris, defended by Ronnie Baylark. Paris driving down the lane, and he'll be fouled on the drive. Chase Mounts will be whistled for that foul. That's going to be number 2 on him, and that will bring us to a timeout on the floor as well. We go to a break with your score. It's Brevard 35. It's Tusculum 33. 3 minutes and 48 seconds to the half as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
36-33 as we come out of the timeout. Shelby Paris makes the first of 2 free throws. Paris with already 10 in the game, but he misses the second. Pioneers get the rebound. Mounts goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Connor Mitchell comes in, and we are 3:40 away from halftime. Patterson with 12 in the first half, 5 of 8 from the field. Fagan on the drive. Lamb, hand check apparently. Patterson to Davis. Back out to Patterson. Down the lane, off the glass, put it in. Kendall Patterson with the nice move. That wasn't easy. It's a 1-point game, 36-35, Brevard. Left side in the front court, Singh. Nice backdoor cut to Paris. Got away with the walk. Back out to Lamb from the top to Singh. Singh Lamb, three is good. Levi Lamb knocks down the three. He shoots 27% from three. A team that averages 7 3-pointers a game has hit 8. It's 39-35. Paris staying in front of Patterson. Right side is Fagan. Fagan, Patterson, extra to Baylor. He'll drive baseline. He'll fake the pass, take the shot, score the bucket. Ronnie Baylor, 39-37. Good dribble drive by Baylor. Now we need to have stops. Brevard shoots 59% here in this first half. Williams missing an easy one from point blank. Offensive rebound is no good. Davis secures a rebound for the Pioneers. Finally, they call a foul. And I don't know who the foul was. I still don't know who it was on. And then we may have a technical. I'm not sure. I'm still uncertain. So it's going to go on Stevie Williams. That'll be his first. It's a non-shooting foul or a non-bonus situation. It's only the 6th. Now they're going to change it. And now Zach Davis, and a technical has been given to Davis, and a technical has been given to Shelby Parrish. That's the case. And truthfully, I'm so confused. Patterson will take it across the midcourt stripe for the Pioneers. It's 39-37 Brevard. Fagan with it on the right wing. Another tight game with Brevard. It just seems to always be that way. And Mitchell being fouled inside. Bergen will pick up the personal foul, and that will be number 1 on him. And that will be the bonus, the 1-and-1, and it will send Mitchell to the stripe where he'll shoot that 1-and-1. But at just 33% on the season and falling drastically after he missed his first 2 attempts of this game. He's 4 of 14, but he makes that one. Now he's a young man who's obviously playing collegiate basketball. He's played basketball all his life. He's made a bunch of free throws. He's just off to a rough start. Second free throw is also good. Made them both. So 2:05 to the half, and we're tied at 39. Into the front court will be Brevard. Bostic on the top of the key. Right side is Williams. Williams, Bergen. Left side is going to be Bostic. Bostic into the hands of Williams. A lot of communication needed in this matchup at the Pioneers run. Here's a Bostic 3, and it's good. 9 3-pointers in the first half. 42-39. Brevard with the lead. They're 69% from 3, 58% from the floor. Pioneers have hit 4 3-pointers, 16 of 27 for the game. Baylark backdoor to Hodnett. He'll put it up and in. Good look by Baylark, and it's 42-41 Brevard. 1:15 to the half. Bostic, he's played very well from 3, 2 of 4 in the game. 2 of 3 for Paris, out of the game right now. Here's Lamb driving baseline, throws it back out to Williams. He'll fake a 3. Down the lane, over Mitchell, high off the glass is good. Stevie Williams with a tough shot. 50 seconds in the half. Patterson tries to throw it back out to Fagan. It's deflected. Bostic has the loose ball. He's got a 3-on-2 break. Williams stopping in the lane, missed it short. Rebound at loose. Lamb has it. He's drawing a foul, and he's going to the free throw line. Corey Fagan, we had a lot of guys in the lane, and nobody could secure that rebound. Other scores in the league. First half. Catawba leads Coker 41-24, I believe. LR is leading Wingate 31-25 in the first. Sanderson leading Mars Hill 34-23. A lot of updated stuff. We're at halftime now. Carson Newman's actually scored. They have the reigning conference player of the week in Charles Clark, but it's not been enough. LMU is dominating Carson Newman. It's 56-21. Newberry's leading 8th-ranked Queens 41-31 at the half. And also at the half, Anderson leads Mars Hill 43-31. We're chasing Anderson for an 8th spot in the league. We need a win here, but we trail by 4 at 45-41 with 30 seconds to play in the half. Trey Blevins on the floor. Patterson at the top. 15 to shoot for the Pioneers. Patterson right down the lane. Hey, we got a foul called on a drive. It's amazing. Personal goes against Terry Singh. That'll be his first. Or actually, that will be his second. So Patterson will go to the free throw line for the Pioneers. 17 points in his last 11 games. He went over 900 points in his career against Bluefield State. Not in that game. That would have been a career game. We would have won. We didn't win that one. But he went over 900 for his career in the Bluefield State game. He goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line here. Bergen grabs the rebounds. 45-42, 15 seconds in the half. And Brevard will burn that timeout or lose it. Can't carry it over to the second half and set something up. Coming up at the half, we'll have a look at this week in Tusculum athletics. All of the spring sports getting ready for action. A lot of this preseason stuff going on. It's been very mild and nice, and they've been a chance to stay outdoors and do all that. And then I guarantee you their season will start. It'll get frigid. It'll get cold. We'll have rainouts, and we'll have to adjust and all that kind of stuff. But it's happening. You can follow online through TusculumPioneers.com and throughout the South Atlantic Conference, where it'll be fun, right? Join us at the half and find out more about the spring sports season coming up with This Week in Tusculum Athletics. It's Coaches Wear Shoes tonight. Brennan Holloway, I'm checking out his shoes. They do not match his suit. His daddy has not done a very good job teaching him how to be color coordinated. Those might be some of the worst, most heinous-looking tennis shoes I have ever seen anybody wear in my life. I don't even know. Do you turn those things on? Do they have an on switch? Turn them off. They are bright. And he's wearing black pants with the gray sports coat. He's got pink and purple and neon green and all kinds of stuff over there. That absolutely has nothing to do with his color coordination on the day. Brevard in the final seconds in the front court. Out of the timeout, Bostic fakes a 3. They've hit 9 of them. Bergen has it. Williams gets it. Blevins tries to stay with him. The shot is no good, and that will end the first half of play. Brevard will go to the locker room for a team that is averaging 65 points on the year. They have scored 45 in the first half. We'll have your halftime report coming up, plus a look at your first half stats and more scores around the league. That's all when we return to Pioneer Arena right after this. At halftime, it's Brevard 45, it's Tusculum 42. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena. 45-42 is our score at the half. We get set to start the second half of action as the Pioneers will have the basketball. Glad you could stay with us. Brian Staten, courtside game station engineer tonight. Jeff, not less but more. Chase Mounts in the lane. He'll put it up and in. Got great position. He's just too big. Now, can we consistently do that will be the question. 45-44. Brevard by 1 with the basketball. They have primarily gone with the 5 that are on the floor. Stevie Williams there. Patterson gambles for the steal. Here's Paris, Bostic, El Durawi, and Singh. Ball knocked away, but Brevard quicker than we were to get to it. 5 to shoot. Williams recognizing, driving down the lane. A floater is no good, and the rebound comes down to Zach Davis. Davis breaks out of the pack. He'll give it up to Patterson. Patterson to Baylark, who trails. He'll stop and pop a 2. It's no good. Mounts can't gather the rebound. Shaking my head at that one a little bit. Into the front court will be Williams to Paris. Left side to Singh. 45-44, Brevard. Paris got away with maybe a step. 3 is off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Corey Fagan. Fagan takes it into the front court. Head on a swivel. Finds Patterson on the left wing. Fagan been a little inconsistent scoring tonight. Like to see him get going. Baylark and 1. Ronnie Baylark drives down the lane. All of a sudden, the fouls we weren't getting called in the first half, we've already got one early in the second half on a dribble drive. DJ Bostic picks up his first. Team foul number 1. So Baylark will go to the free throw line for the Pioneers. 16th in the league in scoring. He's down to 14.5 a game. First in the league in free throw percentage, 85% as he makes that one. Pioneers lead 47-45. Right side front court, Stevie Williams. Harry Singh with it at the top to El Durawi. Bostic, can they get stops? Paris will try a 3. No, but a rebound by Singh. Second chance opportunity for Brevard. Paris to Williams is watched by Mounts. He wants a clear out. Not going to get totally cleared out. Williams back to the top. Singh, left side Bostic. Here's El Durawi a 3. That was good. Brevard leads. 48-47 Brevard on the 3 by El Durawi. Their 10th made three-pointer of the game. Right side, right wing, into the paint to Mounts. Put it up, miss a layup. Rebound taken away by Brevard. Mounts does not miss those. Left side is Bostic. Williams, hesitation 3 is well short. It comes down to Fagan. Fagan takes it into the front court. We just seem hesitant. We don't want to attack. Patterson will get it to Mounts and score it. 49-48 Tusculum. Can they get a stop? Left side front court will be Singh. On the baseline will be Williams. He'll drive on Mounts and lose the ball out of bounds. Actually, he just had it roll right off his hand. And a quick timeout will be taken by Coach Burgess. We'll take that break and return in 1 minute. 17-11 to play. It's Tusculum 49, Brevard 48. Pioneer basketball continues here from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network. About had.
Sports Network. Your your home for Pioneer basketball with the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
49-48, Tusculum out of the Brevard timeout, Pioneer basketball. Patterson to Fagan. See what Brevard has in store. Are they going to force them to be a perimeter team? I think that would be in our favor. Patterson, and he'll lose the handle on the dribble drive, but he'll be bailed out on a foul by Stevie Williams. Second foul on him, team second. Lee Burgess was wanting the same things that we want in the game. His coaches would argue burnt toast. I would argue it too. On the inbound, it'll be Patterson, Zach Davis from the top. Left side is Ronnie Baylart. We stand around a bit. Patterson with it. He'll try a three. No. Rebound at Chase Mounts, knocked it away, and a whistle on a foul on Chase Mounts is going to be his third. And that'll be the first on the team here in this second half. So 16:43 to play, and the Tusculum Pioneers lead at 49-48. Across the line will be Shelby Paris. Paris on the right side to Singh. Singh backs it out to the midcourt stripe. This will be Williams. Bostic on the baseline. Connor Mitchell is back in and shoots over Mitchell, and Bostic scores. And Brevard leads again, 50-49. It was a tough jumper on the baseline, but Bostic hit it. Baylart goes inside to Mitchell, spinning on Williams, and the double team, and apparently no foul on an El Dorawi block. Williams lobbing it inside, but Mitchell turns his head, tips it off the backboard, and gathers the loose ball. 50-49, Brevard by one. Tusculum takes it quickly into the front court. Baylart, baseline three. That's a bang. Baylart knocks down to three. 52-50, Tusculum. 15:45 to play in this second half. Right side with it is going to be Williams. Singh stops, and then it takes the jumper and scores it from 15 feet away. Found himself wide open to tie the game at 52. Tusculum across the stripe. This is going to be Patterson. Left side, baseline to Fagan. Fagan will put it down. Corey Fagan went right to the rim. I like to see that. Corey only his fourth attempt. He now has 5 points. He has been one of the hottest of the Pioneers. 35 consecutive games with a three-pointer. Continued that streak. He hit just one 2 games ago against Catawba. Singh will drive, and he'll score. 54-54. We go under 15 to play in the game. We just continue to trade buckets. Patterson lost the handle and got it back. Goes to Baylart. Gets around Singh into the corner to Zach Davis. He'll try a baseline three. It's no good. Tipped out to Mitchell. Davis has it go off his hands out of bounds. That takes us to a timeout. Turnover on the Pioneers. Back in 1 minute. 14:39 to play in the game. It's Tusculum 54 and Brevard 54. Pioneer basketball continues here from Pioneer Arena on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Both teams over 50% shooting for the game. Pioneers at 58%. Brevard at 54%. And both teams 50% in the second half. 5 of 10 for Tusculum, 4 of 8 for Brevard. 14:20 to play in the game. Brevard with the basketball, chance to reclaim the lead. Patterson knocks the ball away from behind, and Zach Davis has it, and Patterson will lay it up and in. Pioneers back in front, 56-54 on the Patterson theft. Bostic in the left wing, front court for Brevard. We'll skip it onto the right side to Singh. Here's Williams. Williams, Paris, back to El Dorawi. Throws it down low to Williams. Mitchell stays right with him, and Williams just threw himself into the defender, stood his ground. Oh, that's a bad call. No. When the offensive player throws himself in the defensive player, typically it's just a no call when the defender is there. The reason that the guy's arms come down is because he's had the wind knocked out of him, because he's got a shoulder that's gone into his abdomen. It's typically the situation. You would be hunched over in pain if you had a shoulder go into your abdomen. Williams is at the free throw line. He misses the first. Second. No good. Rebounded by Connor Mitchell. Zach Hartle is checked into the game for the Pioneers. 56-54 Tusculum. 2 key misses for Stevie Williams, the league's 4th leading scorer. We'll skip it over the top of this defensive pressure by Brevard. Hartle, Baylart, drives in. Little floater. We're good. Ronnie Baylart. Baylart 4 of 6 from the field. 10 points for him. 17 for Patterson to lead all scorers. Skip it left side to Williams to Singh at the top. Pioneers by 4. Backdoor look, and the ball stolen by Baylart. Up ahead is Patterson. Baylart gets it back from Patterson. They finish the break. 60-54, and the Tusculum Pioneers have their largest lead of the game. Brevard into the front court. To the top is Williams. Williams to El Dorawi. Zach Davis will be whistled for a foul here, and Davis will be picking up his 3rd. Team's 3rd. And Hodnett will check into the basketball game for Zach Davis. Trey Blevins is also into the game for the Pioneers, giving Patterson a breather. With it is going to be Williams. To the top is El Dorawi. El Dorawi, Singh, right side Williams. El Dorawi was not him because he's not in the game. Williams in the paint, little floater around Zach Hartle is good. 60-56 Tusculum. 12.5 left in the game. Baylart on the left wing. Watched by Williams. Gets a Mitchell screen, right side to Hodnett. Here's Zach Hartle. They lob it to Mitchell, and he can't hang on to it. Pass was a bit too high, and he lost it. Paris has it as the Pioneers will turn it over. 10th turnover of the game. Paris with a high floater is off the mark, and the Pioneers gather the rebound. Blevins gets away from Bostic, takes it into the front court. Blevins, Baylart, extra pass to Hartle. No, missed the 3, rebounded by Paris. Boy, that shot right there by Zach Hartle was automatic. Start of the year. 60-56. Williams right down the lane. Left-handed leaner is no good. Off the glass, rebound taken away by Hodnett. Baylart will take it into the front court. Baylart gets a Mitchell screen. Stays on the dribble. Gives it up to Hartle. Back to Baylart. Bullet pass to Hodnett for a 3. Looks short. And then it's off of the shot clock, which will take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll go to the break, and the Pioneers have missed their last 4. It's Tusculum 60 and Brevard 56. 11-17 to play in the basketball game. Back to Pioneer Arena right after this as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
60-56. Tusculum by 4, shooting 58% for the game. Brevard at 53%. Brevard shooting 5 of 11 here in the second half. Tusculum 8 of 15, with just 1 for 5 from downtown. Bergen will give it up to Williams, who will drive on Hodnett, and Hodnett will commit the foul. So Hodnett will pick up the personal foul. It'll be number 1 on him, team's 4th. It'll send Williams back to the free throw line. 13 for Stevie Williams, a chance to add to that total at the free throw strike. His first of 2 is good. 17 for Patterson, 12 for Ronnie Baylard. Mounts and Davis each with foul trouble, on the bench with 3. Williams made both after he went to the line the last time and missed both. 60-58. Brevard down 2 as they have trimmed a 6-point deficit to this point right now. Johnson is on the floor and Levi Lamb on the floor for Brevard. And Zach Hartle's going to be whistled for a traveling violation. And the Pioneers will turn it over. It'll be their 11th of the game. Brevard will have the basketball down 2. Chance to get right back into it as if they have ever been out of it. The way they have shot the 3 ball today. 10 of 18 from 3. They average 7 per game. Left side, this is Williams. Levi Lamb gets around Mitchell. Extra pass to Williams. Blevins stays in front of him. Johnson for a 3 is no good, and the rebound comes out to Connor Mitchell. It was down, and it came all the way out for Johnson. It was a good look. 60-58, Tusculum by 2. They led moments ago just by 6. Brevard on a small 4-0 spurt. See if Pioneers can get some scoring out of this group on the floor. They're getting ready to come off the floor. Blevins, foul line jumper is good. Trey Blevins knocks it down. 62-58, Tusculum. Williams will take it into the front court on the dribble. Bounce it to Bostic on the right side. Bergen into the corner. Johnson. Jamarcus Johnson gives it back up to Bergen, now to Williams. Williams on a double team, forcing his way into the paint, missing the shot, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Connor Mitchell. Bergen took a tough tumble onto the floor. And then a hand check on a dribble drive. As Williams went down, he stayed down with an ankle. A foul on Jamarcus Johnson will be his 2nd, team's 3rd, and Williams stays down. Of course, they lost Evan Dunham, who had played so well for this basketball team through 8 games, averaging 12.3 points per contest. And Williams has to be seen by the trainer here at Brevard. Big blow to them. Again, just a team that's 2-16 on the year. They have not won a road game this season. Williams will exit. Harry Singh, no, it will be Shelby Parris, I believe, that will check in for him. The absence of Dunham has not been good, but you say that, and then Shelby Parris, the 6'2 junior, has stepped in and just been remarkable. And he went from about 25% shooting on the year to where he is right now at 41% from the field, 32% from 3. Those numbers were way down. Since he's been in the starting lineup, his numbers have skyrocketed. Corey Fagan on the inbound and the dunk. Corey Fagan. 64-58. Fagan just makes it look so easy. Jamarcus Johnson over Mounts is no good. Mounts with the rebound, too. Trey Blevins stays on the floor with Kendall Patterson. So the double-headed point guard machine out there. Mounts inside, puts it on the floor, backs it out to Patterson, puts it down, drives, shoots, and scores with the bank. And the Pioneers take a 66-58 lead. And a timeout is going to be asked for here by Lee Burgess, and that will leave him with just 1 timeout remaining. So 8:58 to play here in this basketball game. Just a reminder, the Pioneers are back on the road coming up this Saturday when we travel to Wingate, North Carolina. Wingate, North Carolina, where the Pioneers have struggled, and it's a very good Wingate team. Wingate has found themselves in third place in the league overall. I guess you could say they're fourth. Queens at 11-1. LMU and Carson Newman are both 9-3. LMU is going to defeat Carson Newman tonight based on a halftime score. Wingate is trailing in the game to LR, so a lot of things could happen, but they still won't fall out of that top 4 or 5 spot. Newberry, Catawba, and Anderson round out the top 8. Then there's Tusculum, Coker, Mars Hill, and Brevard in the bottom 4. So a key road game this Saturday at Wingate, maybe the hottest team outside of LMU in the league. So we return to action out of the Brevard timeout. They trail 66-58. Shelby Paris, left side to Singh. Here's Bergen. Look for that backdoor hitter, and it rims off, no good by Johnson. Lee can't shoot it for him. And Patterson takes it into the front court for the Pioneers. Fagan wants it on the left wing. He gets it. Fagan goes to Patterson. Back to Fagan. Puts it on the floor. Goes to the baseline. Turns around. Gives it to Patterson. And they go inside to Mounts. Mounts battling hard inside, but he's just got guys hanging all over him. That'll go on Levi Lamb. That'll be number 1 on him. And the team's 4th. El Jarawi is back into the game. LMU continues to have a comfortable lead on Carson Newman. It's 82-44. Meanwhile, Wingate has battled back. They lead 68-59 as Corey Fagan goes up and scores on the inbound play once again. Tusculum's inbound play has been magical here in this last 3 minutes. Fagan with the dunk and now a layup. And the Pioneers have the first double-digit lead of the game. But the Pioneers led by 14 with 11 minutes to play at Bluefield on Monday. Trey Blevins will be guilty of a foul here. It'll be his first, team foul number 5. So the key will be finishing, closing out. I think that has probably been overused a bunch. Right side front court to the center. Johnson, 15-footer, is in and out, no good. He's had a couple of good looks. They haven't fallen. Fagan with the rebound. Fagan with the basketball. He'll keep it on a switch now to Blevins. To the top is going to be Patterson. Patterson to Zach Davis. Patterson with 10 to shoot. Patterson hit the 3, and a whistle for a foul going against Shelby Paris, and that will take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take the break and back to Pioneer Arena right after this. 7:31 left in the basketball game. It's the Tusculum Pioneers 68, the Brevard Tornadoes 58. Pioneer basketball continues from Pioneer Arena right after this on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Basketball with the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Staten.
Back at Pioneer Arena. Tusculum leads 68-58, and Brevard has gone cold after a wonderful first half shooting half. And the loss, apparently for now, of Stevie Williams, who has returned just to see how that ankle is going to feel. He is laboring noticeably. Could be big for this Brevard team down the stretch. Zach Davis will drive and put it up and in. Zach Davis, 70-58, and the Pioneers are 13 of 20 for the second half, where Brevard is just 5 of 16. That's your story. Sing to El Dorawi. On the right side to Paris. El Dorawi back out to Sing. Williams defended by Patterson. Patterson knocked it away for a second. And then they're going to get Patterson with the foul with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson was just trying to do a little olé there, and he got caught. I'm not sure what the foul was, but the official was right there in front of it. They called a reach or a grab. Paris, maybe a step, got away with it, and it leads to a three that's no good, and the rebound out of bounds off El Dorawi. Pioneers get the ball back, and it has just seemed to have a lid on the rim right now for Brevard. They shot it so well in that first half. A little bit of the Pioneer depth, I think, is taking effect here. Some of the shots are short. Some of them look dead on, and just they come out. Mounts reversing into Davis, who scores. And the Pioneers have opened up a 14-point lead, 72-58, with 6:15 to play in the game. Left side, bounce pass. DJ Bostic to Sing. Sing into the paint. Little running one-hander is off the mark, no good. The rebound tipped a couple of times, and it's last touched out of bounds off of Shelby Paris. And the Pioneers get another break and get another stop. Jamarcus Johnson will check in for the Brevard Tornadoes. They've used one more player than they did the entire game in the November 22nd meeting. They've used 8 players tonight. They used just 7 in that 86-83 loss. Left side front court, this is going to be Zach Davis. Back to the top and into the hands of Kendall Patterson. Patterson, he's got defenders draped all over him. Kick it out to Blevins. Bang! Trey Blevins knocks down the 3 ball. And the Pioneers have opened up a 75-58 lead against the Brevard Tornadoes. They are just lights out in this second half. Right, they're doing what Brevard did in the first half. Brevard has just 13 points so far in this second half. And before the shot, a foul that will go against Chase Mounts, which will be his 4th personal foul, and it will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Brevard. Connor Mitchell up off the bench. Still no Brandon Danso for you tonight. He dealt with a little bit of a stomach bug early Monday morning. Did not travel with Bluefield to the Bluefield game. And now unavailable here tonight, much like their head coach, Mike Jones, who's dealing with a bit of a stomach bug, maybe because of trying to help Brandon on Monday. Front end of the 1-and-1 is missed by El Dorawi. Connor Mitchell secures the rebound after it was tipped by Zach Davis. The run continues for the Pioneers. Pioneers led at 60-58. 15-0, 18-0 later. Trey Blevins, just like his name would say, another Trey. 78-58, the Pioneers on an 18-0 run. 3 ball by Bostic ends it. Bostic gets the 3, and it's 78-61. Patterson across the stripe. Acting coach tonight, Jay Welburn. It's called a pretty good game. Blevins says, I'm not going to worry about the call. I'm going to take the 3. He's hit 3 in a row. 81-61 Pioneers. Bostic to the baseline to Johnson. He'll try a 3. That one's in and out, no good. Johnson's had some good looks. They just have not gone down. 4:10 left. Pioneers by 20. Trying to take care of the home court. They're 5-3 this season here at home. Blevins feeling it, driving and scoring it. Trey Blevins right now just in a different world. 83-61. Pioneers putting together an impressive run here, 23-3. Johnson is wide open for 3, and that one won't go either. Rebound taken by the Pioneers. Patterson across the stripe with 3:35 to play in the basketball game. Pioneers pulling away from the Tornadoes, who have run out of steam. They shot the ball so well in the first half. They did have a lot of things go their way. And the Pioneers have created their own good fortune here in this second half. Blevins, heat check three. No. Mitchell knocks the rebound to Eldorali, and Brevard gets it. First miss on 6 consecutive possessions for the Pioneers. Blevins, 6 of 7 from the field. He has a career-best 15. Shelby Paris, jumper is no good, and the rebound comes away into the hands of the Pioneers. Patterson drives on Eldorali, and he'll finish. 85-61, and it's good to see this offensive explosion. Shelby Paris with an offensive foul. And that'll take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll go to the break, and right now it's all Tusculum. 2:46 to play in the game. It's Tusculum at 85 and Brevard 61. Pioneer basketball continues here from Pioneer Arena after this, as you listen to Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Well, Tusculum leads 85-61, the final 2:46 of this one. And unfortunately for Brevard, they just ran out of some steam. They led 45-42 at the half. We were tied 54-54 with 14:39 to play. And Tusculum led 60-58 as we were at about 10 minutes to play. And since then, it's been all Tusculum. 3 points in that stretch for Brevard. Patterson goes to the rim. Mitchell cannot follow with the dunk. He just couldn't grab it. And it will be Brevard basketball. New guys onto the floor. Gaddafi Turner has checked in, along with DeJohn Neal. DeJohn Neal has it now, the junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Turner gets around Patterson, down the lane, high off the glass. He'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line. Just in his 10th game, Turner will go to the stripe and take his second and third free throws of the season. Again, Brevard will drop to Division III at the conclusion of this academic athletics season. And I believe this basketball team will be very good at the Division III level. Turner makes the free throw. They have the pieces. They have great skill. They have great shooters. They have Dunham coming back. They'll have Williams coming back. They'll lose Eldorali and Singh. Turner missing the second one. They'll lose DJ Bostic to graduation. The eligibility would be over. And I tell you what, well-deserved tonight for this Pioneer team. They earned it, they needed it, and they got it. So new guys on the floor, Diego Poor, Vincent Brown. Trey Blevins stays out there with Hodnett and Zach Hartle. The stomach bug affecting this Pioneer basketball team. Brandon Danso on the bench. Don't see Dotson out there. He would be a key contributor as well on the bench. So it's affecting their head coach and Mike Jones. Poor off the glass. It rims off, no good. Diego Poor can't get it to fall. Pioneers lead 85-62. Turner on the left wing for Brevard. Down the lane, off the glass. Got it blocked by Hodnett because he was fouled by Hodnett. Turner's a good, quick first step out of Wilmington, North Carolina, the freshman. And Hodnett will pick up the personal as second. Well, career best tonight for Trey Blevins, aiding in this run when it was 60-58. The Pioneers jumped out to a 78-58 lead. It was 18-0 run that really sparked this Pioneer team here in the second half. Been waiting for an offensive explosion, and they eventually got it. They had to weather the storm from Brevard, who shot the ball so well and led at 45-42 at the half. For Brevard, just their 19th point of the second half. Brown, little shake and bake three, no good. Levi Lamb with the long rebound. Blevins is back. Brown chases him, and a whistle for a foul against the Pioneers, as Vincent Brown will pick up the first. Patterson special tonight, 21 points, 7 assists, 9 of 14 from the field. Ronnie Baylark was good, 12 points on 5 of 7, and then 15 from Trey Blevins, who was 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. For Trey Blevins, career best in field goal makes, career best in field goals attempted. Levi Lamb makes a couple of free throws. For Brevard, they had such a great offensive first half. The shots wouldn't go down that were going down in the first half, unfortunately. Brown's three, this one's off the mark, and the rebound taken by Gaddafi Turner as we go under a minute to play in the game. Right side to the baseline is going to be Lamb. Lamb will try a three. That one's no good, but the rebound to Turner. Giving it up weak side to Bergen, who scores. Good look by Turner. So 40 seconds to play in the game. 85-68, Trey Blevins across the stripe. Blevins puts his head down, gives it up to Hodnett, skips it to Brown. Brown, Hodnett, pour, three. No. Rebound taken away by Brevard. They're going to hurt the overall shooting numbers for the Pioneers, but for the most part, they shot 70% in this second half when it mattered. They're going to end up shooting right around 60% for the game. Turner missing, and then a late whistle. Just don't even blow the whistle. If you weren't going to blow it initially, don't worry about it. Zach Hartle's going to be whistled for the foul. Number 3 on him with 10 seconds to play. It's going to allow Brevard to make this a respectable showing, but the lights went out for them offensively here about midway through this second half. Actually, it was this whole second half. Pioneers led it 78-58. 46-13 was the number they had outscored Brevard here in the second half at that point. And that's really when it came into clear light. The Pioneers would get the win, and they'll get the win, ending a 4-game losing skid. And they'll have the opportunity to keep pace with what appears to be Anderson, who will appear to win the game. They'll stay one back out of that 8th spot in the South Atlantic Conference race for the postseason. Brevard, winless still in the league. They have now lost 7 straight as the Tusculum Pioneers, in the final South Atlantic Conference meeting between these two teams, the Pioneers get the victory against Brevard. They sweep the season series as well, and they will finish the series winners of 4 of the last 5. Tusculum gets their 15th win in the 22nd meeting against the Tornadoes. So the Tusculum Pioneers victorious here tonight at home. Career night for Trey Blevins and an outstanding night for Kendall Patterson. And the Pioneers knock off Brevard by a final score of 85-70. Thanks for listening to Pioneer Basketball. Now stay tuned for your Pioneer postgame report with acting head coach tonight, Jay Welmer. That's on the way next, as you've been listening to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Network.
You're quiet.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
Well, Tusculum gets a much-needed win, 85-70, and really when this game, you take a look at what this Pioneer basketball team was doing here in this second half, jumped out to a 78-58 lead. I believe because I'm mathematically challenged in so many ways, gave the wrong scoring difference here in this second half. But the bottom line is they limited Brevard to just 25 second-half points. And truthfully, when the game was at hand and the Pioneers were ending that 18-0 run, we're shooting 70% for the second half. They did close out the game, missing their last 6 shots. But those numbers are still going to be very good for this Pioneer team. And as good as the numbers were for Brevard in the first half, they were equally as bad in the second half. Whether it's just they got tired, whether they just got worn down, or whether those shots just didn't go down in the second half. And that's it. I mean, there was a lot of good shots for Brevard in this game, and many of them just did not fall. The Pioneers led 60-58, and that's when they went on the 18-0 run to take the 20-point lead, led by as many as 24 in this basketball game at 85-61, and they would go on, and that came with 2.5 minutes to play. Pioneers didn't score in the final 2.5, and they would go on to an 85-70 victory against the Brevard Tornadoes, get their 15th win in the series against Brevard, and close out the regular season. Will they ever see each other again? Questions there. Brevard will drop to D3. It would very, very much likely not happen unless there was some type of a tournament that these two teams got into in somehow, in some way, and some kind of a holiday tournament or something like that. But very likely these two won't see each other again, the way coaches like to schedule D2 regional matchups for the regional rankings and those types of things. D3 team will not help your status in the regional rankings. Tusculum dominated just about every statistical category in this game. They shoot 36 of 61, that's 59%. 8 of 20 from 3, 40%, and 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Brevard shoots 22 of 51, 43%. They shot 56% in the first half, 29% in the second half. Shoot 43% for the game. 11 of 24 from 3. They average 7 makes per game. They hit a 9 in the first half. They hit just 2 of 10 in the second half. And they went 15 of 21 at the free throw line. Good numbers there at 71%. Tusculum 35-25 rebound margin. Tusculum had 22 assists, 7 from Patterson, 6 from Fagan, 11 turnovers, 1 block, and 7 steals. For Brevard, they get 10 assists, 11 turnovers, 1 block, and 8 steals. For Tusculum, Kendall Patterson had 21 tonight on 9 of 14 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. A career best from Trey Blevins of 15 points, 6 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. In the basketball game. They get 12 out of Ronnie Baylark, 5 of 7 from the field. They get 9 out of Corey Fagan, 7 boards, 6 assists, complete game for him. 6 points for Chase Mount, 6 for Zach Davis, 5 for Zach Hartle, 5 for Caleb Hodnett, and 6 points for Connor Mitchell. For Brevard, they get 15 out of Stevie Williams, 11 points out of Shelby Paris, 13 out of DJ Bostic, 6 from Harry Singh, 9 from Omar El-Darawi, 5 points from Gaddafi Turner, 3 from Jamarcus Johnson, 6 from Levi Lamb, and 2 points out of Jacob Bergen. Pioneers dominated in the paint. 54-14 was the advantage points in the paint. Had 12 lead changes in the last game to start the second half, and the Pioneers pulled away. 52-50 was the last lead change at 14:39 to play, and the Tusculum Pioneers didn't look back, ending the game basically on an 18-0 run to take a 78-58 lead and go on to an 85-70 victory. Acting head coach for the Pioneers today, it will be Jay Welburn. He'll join us when we return after this. Your final was Tusculum 85, Brevard 70. Pioneer basketball continues after this on your Pioneer postgame report here on the Pioneers Sports Network.
stuff in. That happens sometimes. You guys have guarded their action great, but we've got to guard it better. You think you're there, but your hand's down and they're going up. Get your hands up on the closeout to begin with, and that'll limit their vision. Now, we did not play a perfect half defensively by any stretch. I saw more wide open threes than probably they had in the first half. But it's tough for a team to shoot 64% from the arc for a full game. Right. So I felt like some of the stuff they threw in the first half, it evened out in the second half, where maybe those are normally shots they make. Yeah. They didn't make them in the second half. And so all in all, it evened out. We played the percentages, and I'm very, very pleased on both ends of the court. We did put together the game plan on the offensive end and executed it perfectly all night. We finally put together 2 great halves of basketball on the offensive end. Now we got to get that on the defensive end as well. Once we do that, we're going to be set.
I heard you say a lot. We got to get in. We got to get in. We got to attack. We got to attack. 54-14 difference points in the paint tonight. I think you did the job at getting into the paint. I was concerned a little bit because I felt like some of the we weren't getting some of the same stuff called on our dribble drive. But I think also that kind of evened out a little bit.
It did over the course of the game. It definitely did. Early, the guys, we got a couple of guys in foul trouble, and they were like, "Listen, why aren't we getting the same calls they're getting on that end?" I said, "Listen, I'm a part-time coach right now.
Right.
This guy's been at it for 6 years or 4 years in this league, and they know him. They don't know me from Adam.
Right.
So I can't do a lot of barking at them or helping you guys out. But I did try to instruct them on ways that, okay, well, how about being there a second earlier?
Right.
Slide over center so you don't get called for the foul, and then that way you're not complaining when we get called for one when you don't get the call down here. So I think all in all we did a pretty good job tonight. I'm pleased with the fact that we at one point, I think when I subbed at the 2-minute mark, we had held them to 17 points in the half, which is exactly what we wanted to do. We got to continue that trend of holding people below 30-ish, 35-ish at the most, in order for because we're great offensively. Yeah. When we move the ball and we're unselfish and everybody's playing to their strengths and recognizing, okay, Chase is really good on the pick and roll tonight. We've got to get him the ball. Or their 5-man's coming out and guarding a guard in the corner. We got to drive the 5. Yeah. When our guys are recognizing that and moving the ball to that man, we're really, really difficult to play against. Yeah. And that's where we're going with this team, and that's where we're going with the future of the program, I think.
It was Corey Fagan, I thought, really stepped up in that 18-0 run, and I think he was a big part of it. And it was a couple of inbound plays got him going. He got a dunk, and then he got something. He hit the early 3, but we didn't have to rely on that 3 because we got consistent scoring a lot here tonight. Mm-hmm.
On that inbounds play, that's an inbounds play we put in and have had in all year, and the guys would never run it right. And I don't know why. That somebody would break off. Tonight they ran it right every time. And you see what happens. Corey ended up wide open on that side. Now, we did make a change and swap our big to take advantage of the way they were going to guard it so we could lob it into Chase. But yeah, Corey played unbelievably well. He played like a senior. That's what you want out of him. He stepped up in big moments. He played good defense. He did exactly what we need him to do to be successful.
Player of the Year candidate Kendall Patterson. We expect this kind of game out of him. Kid I'm going to talk to next, Trey Blevins, unconscious.
Well, actually, I'm mad at Kendall because Kendall had 15 at the half. I wanted him to get 30. I'll be honest. And only 7 assists. What's he thinking?
Right,
you can't give me 14, man. What's up?
Right.
So.
A good night. Good night for a young man like Trey, too, as well, because I think he felt it. I think you were trying to run something else, and he takes that 3 over there on the right wing, and he drained it.
What I wanted to do was get him ISO'd on the big and let him drive it, and he just kept shooting it, and it was going in. And so it's great to see him do that because he is a prolific scorer. He does it all the time in practice, and it just hasn't always translated to the game. And to be honest with you, I mean, what did he play tonight, 21 minutes? We played him 8 minutes the last game. And he was scoring like that, but he's one that we've got to figure out ways to get into the game more because he can provide that punch. Now, part of it's been the lack of defense. Early in the year, like a freshman, he didn't know what defense was, and he was fouling on drives and things of that nature. But he's gotten so much better now, so much more poised, and if he can stay out of foul trouble, we can keep him on the floor. And playing him and Kendall together, who's gonna be able to stop those two with that kind of scoring and that kind of unselfishness? That bodes really, really well for this team moving forward, and then for his future within the program as well.
Wingate's a different beast. Brian Good has that team playing at a different level right now. I believe LR is they did hold off LR in that victory here tonight. But We go there Saturday. It's a different game, and I think a critical situation for this team. I think it's important for us now to start picking off some teams off the road right now.
We really do need to. Wingett's obviously a really good team. We played them at the house and got a close win back in early December, but now we're headed to their place, and we've got to be better on the road. At some point we got to start picking off people on the road, just like you said. We've let some slip, and I think part of that's because we have playing so many young guys. Yeah, we've got 4 seniors that we play a lot. But then the young guys are the bench guys, and they generally don't play as well on the road. But hey, we're almost February basketball now, fellas. It's time to grow up and be men and lead the way you guys can lead. We saw what they could do against Brevard, back in November 22nd. Well, it's January 25th now, fellas. Yeah. It's time to move forward, and let's go get us a big win on the road against a good Wingate team. They're playing. I don't know what win streak they're on, but I think they've won several in a row now. And like you said, Brian does a great job with them, and they're going to be tough in their place. But we need to go get it.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
He's Jay Welburn. Pioneers knock off the Brevard Tornadoes here in their final meeting in the South Atlantic Conference. We'll come back. We'll chat with Trey Blevins when we return right after this. Tusculum 85, Brevard 70. Pioneer basketball continues here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Pioneer Sports Network, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Ryan Staten.
85-70, it's Tusculum knocking off Brevard here tonight. Good line here for a youngster. 15 points, career best. 6 made field goals, career best. 7 attempts, 3 of 4 from 3. And just 21 minutes of plays. Trey Blevins, congratulations. Glad you could be with us. Add to that, we chatted coming out of Bluefield, and I said, now look, we got Brevard, we got to get that. And we kind of joked a little bit about their place and their arena. I said, it's the place of my first made three-pointer. It's a place to go down in history for you. Infamy. You'll always remember that. I didn't even realize. I was like, this kid knows these kind of things. Here tonight against Brevard in the first half, out there on the floor, they're starting to hit a lot of shots. What were they doing? What were they doing confusing us a little bit?
I thought they missed the ones we left open. They were hitting them with a hand in their face a lot. They were pretty much unconscious all across the board. It was good for us to weather the storm, and it was only a 3-point deficit at halftime.
And you come back out in the second half, and then to do what you guys did defensively, and Jay was kind of explaining it, we'd do a whole lot differently. We left some guys open there in the second half as well, but we just believe that also Brevard couldn't sustain what they were able to do. But what did you guys do differently in the second half defensively?
I thought we had a will to win in the second half. We lost 4 straight. I mean, there was extreme monkey on our back, and it was just really great to get a win. I don't think I've ever lost 4 games in a row. It was a rough stretch, but this feels really great to get a win. Hopefully it's going to snowball for us, and we'll get going here towards the end of the conference season.
What was it like for you here at the end? It's an 18-0 run. You're a big part of it, you and Corey Fagan. And you saw that first 3 go in, and I know that you can be that type of guy. And I think Jay was trying to get you to drive there one time, and you pulled up and hit the 3. I mean, what are you feeling right now?
All the credit goes to my teammates. They were definitely trying to find me. They saw me hit that first one, saw the look in my eye, and they made it a point to find me. And I just love those guys. They were so excited for me. It was just a really great feeling, but it's most important we got the win.
We talked a lot about you and your maturation here and it being a great scorer, but I think that the onus has been how you've got to step up defensively, and it's given you some more minutes here down the stretch. What is the biggest difference for you defensively?
Early, when I took the red shirt off the first couple games, I was feeling my way around, getting in bad foul trouble, and just most of them were hand checks, just having my hands on them, trying to keep them in front of me. I think I've gotten quicker laterally and just adjusted to the speed of the game. That's a huge part of it. I mean, people don't understand the difference in speed in the high school game and the college game. It's just a really big transition, and I think I've just really matured here over the past month defensively. And my job on this team, I might have a good game and not show up in the stats. I'm backing up KP, one of the best point guards in this league, no doubt. And but just try to stay positive, stay up, try to be a leader. And once again, just really glad to get a win.
Talking to a youngster here, he's talking like a veteran. That's outstanding. Good stuff, Trey. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Trey Blevins as the Tusculum Pioneers knock off the Brevard Tornadoes here by a final score of 85-70. They do end that 4-game losing skid. Brevard, though, unlucky in the league. They're still 0-13 in South Atlantic Conference play. It's a Brevard team that doesn't get much easier for them either, as take a tough road trip to Coker this Saturday. The Tusculum Pioneers, a long road trip as well, to Wingate, North Carolina. Other finals in the league, Catawba has defeated Coker tonight. It was Anderson knocking off Mars Hill. It was Queens coming from behind. They get the win against Newberry, 89-84. And LMU goes on to the easy win against Carson.